Good day, I am Avp And Illaga together with my partner Avp Catoera will discuss our topic entitled Safety and Health in the Workplace. Introduction. Globally, there are more than 2.6 billion workers, and the workforce is growing continuously. Approximately 75% of these workers are in developing countries where workplace hazards are more severe. Each year, there are as many as 250 million occupational injuries, resulting in 330,000 fatalities. If one includes occupational illness, as estimated 1.1 million people worldwide die each year. Annually, an estimated 160 million new cases of work-related cases occur worldwide. All of these estimates are almost certainly below the actual figures because the reports from many areas of the world are unreliable. Importance of occupational safety and health to the community. Hazardous agents in the workplace affect not only workers but also those outside the work site. These can occur through soil and groundwater contamination with solids and liquids or air pollution with industrial gases and dust. It can also occur through the clothing and vehicle contamination, as in the cases of asbestos workers whose wives and children became exposed to asbestos from these sources. It is important to note that the general population, which includes the children, the elderly, the pregnant women, is more sensitive to exposure to pollutants than the workforce. It is important to recognize the workers themselves as a community with a common social problems and environmental risks. The failure to recognize the community nature of the occupational groups and to monitor the chronic conditions such as dermatitis, headaches, blood pressure, or blood chemistries has been a major weakness in our conventional approach to occupational health problems. History of occupational safety and health problems. Occupational risks undoubtedly occurred even in prehistoric times, not only during hunting and warfare, but also in more peaceful activities such as the preparation of flint by napping. The discovery of flint heaps suggests that even these earliest of workers may have been at risk of silicosis, deaths, and lives. Unintentional injuries in the workplace. Unintentional injuries in the workplace include the minor injuries such as bruises, cuts, abrasions, and minor burns, and major injuries such as amputations, fracture, severe laceration, eye losses, acute poisonings, and severe burns. Fatal work-related injuries and virtually all types of fatal workplace injuries decreased from 2001 to 2002. An exception was exposure to harmful substances or environments, which increased 8%. This category includes the exposure to temperature extremes and electrocutions. Workplace-associated homicides have declined 4% since 1994, when 1,080 workplace homicides were reported. Non-fatal work-related injuries in 2001. An estimated 3.5 million occupational injuries and illnesses were treated in emergency departments. The most common type of injuries and illnesses in private industry that require time away from work in 2001 were sprains and strains, which is 43.6% of all such injuries, followed by bruises and contusions 8.9%, cuts and lacerations 7.5%, fractures 7%, multiple fractures 3.5%, carpal tunnel syndrome 1.7%, heat burns 1.6%, tendonitis 0.9%, chemical burns 0.6%, and amputation 0.6%. However, the most disabling injury or illness were carpal tunnel syndrome, which resulted in a margin of 25 days away from the work. See figure 18.7. Finally, the part of the body involved in the most cases with days away from work is back, which accounted for almost one-fourth of all occupational injuries and illnesses. The average cause of a disabling workplace injury was calculated of $33,000 in 2002, One set of Healthy People 2010 objectives is to reduce work-related injuries that result from medical treatment, lost time from work, or restricted work activity. See BACS 18.1. Workplace violence, intentional workplace injuries. While only a small number of incidents of workplace violence that occur each day make the news of some 1.7 million Americans are victims of workplace violence each year. Many of us have heard about a teacher who was attacked by a student, a female worker who was sexually assaulted in the parking lot, a woman shot in her place of work by an irate boyfriend, or a pizza delivery man killed for a few dollars. In 2002, 609 homicides occurred in the workplace, making homicide the third leading cause of workplace fatalities behind the highway incidents and falls the second leading cause of workplace and deaths among women.
Occupational illnesses and disorder. Precise data on the number of cases of occupational illnesses are more difficult to acquire than data on injuries. It is more difficult to link illnesses to occupational exposure, and some illnesses that can result from occupational exposures are tuberculosis, cancer, and asthma. Appear has no difference than those that result from exposure elsewhere. Also, there is usually a lengthy period of time between exposure and the appearance of disease, unlike injuries that are usually evident immediately. In 1997, an estimated 429,800 non-fatal occupational illnesses cases were reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics Survey of Occupational Injuries and Illnesses, or SOI. Although this figure may seem high, it represents a decline from more than 500,000 cases in 1994. In private industry, the highest incidence rates of non-fatal occupational illnesses occurred in manufacturing sector. Types of occupational diseases. First, musculoskeletal disorder. Second, skin diseases and disorder. Third, noise-induced hearing loss. Fourth, respiratory disorder. Fifth, other work-related diseases and disorder. Occupational safety and health professionals. The need for health professionals in a workplace is substantial. Among those with specialized training in their fields are safety engineers and certified safety professionals, health psychiatrists, industrial hygienists, occupational physicians, and occupational health nurses. Occupational safety and health programs. There are a number of programs that can be put in place in occupational settings to reduce injuries and diseases. These include pre-replacement examination, health maintenance program, safety awareness programs, health promotion programs, investigation of accidents, stress management programs, employee assistance programs, and rehabilitation programs. Prevention and control of unintentional injuries in workplace. There are several principles that can point in direction of controlling workplace injuries. As such, injuries on the job can be reduced by eliminating or modifying the job to make it safer. Second, changing the work environment physically or psychosocially to make it less hazardous. Third, making machinery, including vehicles, safer. And fourth, improving the selection, training, and education of workers. It is important to recognize that these strategies are listed in descending order of effectiveness. That is, eliminating or modifying dangerous tasks is preferable to changing the work environment, safeguarding the machinery, or improving the selection and training of the worker. Practical steps in protecting your safety and health. In young workers, to prevent themselves, first, know about and follow safe work practices. Second, ask about trainings. Third, ask about hazards. Fourth, know your rights. And fifth, know the laws. To the employers to protect young workers. First, recognize the hazards. Second, supervise the young workers. Third, provide training. Fourth, know and comply with the laws. Fifth, develop an injury and illness prevention program. To the educators and to protect young workers. First, talk to the students about the work. Second, ensure the safety of school-based work experience program. Third, include worker safety and health in the school curriculum. Fourth, know the laws. And to the parents, to protect the young workers. First, take an active role in your child's work employment. Second, know the laws. Third, be aware of your workers' rights. Fourth, share information with other parents. The number and type of workplace injuries vary by person, place, time, and type of industries. Highway injuries are leading cause of fatal work-related injuries. Falls and homicides are the second and third leading cause of workplace death. Work-related injuries can be controlled by applying a variety of injury prevention strategies, including eliminating a dangerous job, changing the work environment, using safer machinery, and improving the selection and training work-related illnesses and disorders kills thousands of workers and former workers in each year. The type of illnesses and disorders can be attributed to workplace exposures are many, including musculoskeletal condition, dermatological condition, lung diseases, and cancers, and among many others. There are numerous resources to aid in the prevention of occupational injuries and diseases, including occupational health professionals and workplace injury and illness prevention programs and health promotion programs. Safety in the workplace has a significant impact on many businesses. In other words, safer working environments benefit from fewer accidents, which results in fewer occupational health costs, better employee retention and satisfaction, less employee downtime, and less retraining time. The importance of health and safety in the workplace simply cannot be underestimated, as well as being in the law. It is part and parcel of being a good employer to make sure your staff aren't at risk of any injury as a result of the work they do for you. It is not just for your staff that health and safety is important for, it's there to protect any visitors, customers, subcontractors, and general public who may work for you, do business with you, or come into contact with your organization in any way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you do learn something about our report.